A few minutes late. Hopefully you are having a beautiful day. It is a nice sunny day here in Mount Shasta City, and I'm happy to be here with you. It is Humanity Day, so we are here to seek peace with humanity and pray for peace. I might move into the shade so it's a little bit easier for me to see the camera. Sweet. I actually wrote down some of the other, well, maybe we'll say the prayer first. Our God and Goddess, immanent and transcendent, send to all your angel of peace. To all of humanity, send your angel of holy work. And we've talked before about helping humans awaken to their holy work and how fulfilling and beautiful that reality would be. It's really important that we focus on these things. So I also wanted just to say another prayer in general to God and Goddess. And yes, so God and Goddess, thank you for this beautiful day, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to be alive still and seek further expansion of existence, consciousness, and bliss in this realm. Climbing the golden ladder. I pray for everyone that is listening to this and everyone that is not, that their day would be beautiful and full of happiness and peace. And I also pray that you help us to help awaken humanity and help us walk in peace with others so that we can be a light and help change the world. So, with that being said, I wanted to read some of the different things that I wrote here this morning, some other ways that we can seek peace with humanity, some practical ways. Hey, David D, how's it going? Kyle says it looks great. How are you doing today? Whoa, hello, big bug. Interestingly, yuck. Okay. I don't like all bugs, but I asked for more love to grow in my heart and compassion as well. So, some of the things that I wrote here to help us with humanity. Hey, Avoots, how's it going? Tom says hi. Hey, hopefully you guys are doing well. So, humanity. I have it on the top of my page here. The first thing is watch your words. So avoiding gossip, trying to avoid harsh language, basically trying to spread peace with our words because they're so important, like they're casting spells, whether it is a good thing or a bad thing. So we need to be very mindful about the things that we are saying. Be a conflict resolver and peacemaker. So actively seeking to resolve conflict and create peace, unity between people, especially that are at enmity with one another. Listen to understand, not reply. How many people in this world listen to reply, right? They're just waiting until their turn to respond instead of actually giving another person that time to speak their piece. So many people feel like they don't have that freedom and safety to express themselves. They don't feel like they are seen or heard, and even just by being interested in asking open-hearted questions, being heartfelt, and actually caring about them, it is going to go a long way to bringing peace to the world and also to yourself. Engage with curiosity, not condemnation, especially when we come across people that are having different ideas than us, living a different lifestyle than us. Smile at strangers. You never know what someone is going through, and even just walking down the street smiling at someone or saying hi, it can brighten their day even further. You know, if you see someone that looks like they're sad, maybe go out of your way to ask them how they're doing, or if they need anything, if there's any way that you can help them, even as a complete stranger. Hold doors for people. It's always nice when people hold the door for you when you're going into a restaurant or a store. Volunteer or donate to causes that you believe in, especially using our voice to speak out against injustice, whether it is against our fellow humans or our animal brothers and sisters, is important for us to use the powers that God and Goddess gave us to make the world a better place. And if we see these things that are happening and we don't say anything, we just let the injustice continue, we let the violence, the non-harmony continue, and if we just pass by silently, we're kind of just allowing it to happen, or saying, okay, keep going, right, instead of saying, hey, we need to stop this, or trying to find peace. Sending love, kindness, hope, and peace to all, whether it's through social media, the things that you post, making different artwork, whether it's song or poetry, different things to just inspire hope and plant seeds. It's working against a lot of different agendas to try to wake people up and foster love and compassion and peace when this world is so full of the complete opposite. So even just doing random acts of kindness and, make a Facebook post that's inspiring and just uplifting, trying to be positive in this world. Create or join a community. Many of you know that I started the Shasta Vegan community, and I'm always seeking to grow it. Maybe you want to start a vegan community in your area, or might not be vegan, it might be spiritually focused or whatever. Well, obviously, if it's spiritually focused, it should be vegan too, but it might not be specifically vegan only. But see what other groups that are around your area that you could join in and build relationships with humans and shine your light in other places so that you can help spread the light and in places that you might not be going. Treat all beings, human and animal, as sacred and divine. And obviously that's kind of hard when humans can act so dark and nasty. This past week, me and David D got told to off ourselves due to spreading the truth of our reality, and just the unkindness that we're faced when you tell people that the earth is flat or to stop eating animals, all this stuff. It can be really hard to love them and to treat them like they're divine, but if we remember that they are our brothers and sisters, our divine brothers and sisters, and they have been fallen, they've been in this fallen world, they've been programmed, and even since birth, like your parents, the egg and sperm that you were created with, the meat eating goes deep. It builds up all of your building blocks. So if you're impure when you have babies, that baby is built from impure building blocks. And then when you're feeding your baby while it's growing the whole time, if you're feeding it flesh, it never even has a chance, right? So we're dealing with a lot of humans that are programmed from birth. They're very addicted. They're very focused on themselves. They're worried about the day-to-day lifestyle that they have to get to work, to put food on the table for their families. They're focused on a lot of these things. So we need to find different angles that we can come to the table to discuss these things, with keeping those sorts of things in mind, but remembering their divinity as well, and remembering that they've been deceived and fallen in this world will help us to treat them better and to foster compassion and kindness and hope and peace with them. Obviously with the animals, it's seeing them as divine and sacred rather than seeing them as commodities or property is very important. We're not going to be able to get past the world that we're in, this hellish realm. We're not going to be able to lift that up to the heavenly realms until we stop seeing animals as commodities or property that we can use and abuse in whatever way we see fit. Seeing the divine soul inside, even praying, saying, God and Goddess, please help me today and each day to foster that kindness and help me to see the divine inside of the people that I come across, so that you're seeing with spiritual eyes rather than these human eyes that we all are still programmed. We all still have our own issues that we're starting to trying to heal from and to work past, to get to that loving and kind of position that we should be in. So yeah, asking for help in those manners definitely goes a long way as well. And the last thing that I have here is finding spiritual practices you can do daily to heal yourself and reconnect you to love, forgiveness, and God and Goddess. I really love, hey, this bug is actually still chilling here with us. Okay. I love the kindness teachings and how the butterfly school taught kindness as a first fruits. I think that is so, so, so important. And if we just try to be mindful of every interaction that we're having with people, to have kindness be the forefront, even with the other verses talking about how wisdom gives the final nod to love. Basically, we know that we have the truth on our side and like we want to tell people and all this stuff, but ultimately we need to be acting in loving kindness. Otherwise it's going to come off in the wrong ways and we're going to just cause more problems than solutions. So hey Bruno, how's it going? The Israelite, hello. Sweet. Tom Tom says, amazing. What a smile can do. Saved my life once. Yes. And I've seen a lot of people, their sadness get turned right around just from a smile or saying hi. It can go a long way. And it can also help to lift your own spirits as well, to spread kindness, because especially like you smile at them, they smile back. It gets contagious and then everyone's smiling and it's just a great time. Hey Bruno, how's it going? Hi, beautiful. Oh, I think I might have already said that. But also, so today is, or this time right now, is some new moon energy. I'm actually going to a new moon ceremony tonight, which I am kind of excited about. Yesterday I went to the watch out little bug, to that ceremony I kind of talked to you about. It was talking about opening mantras, harnessing the power of the moon, and different mantras that can be used for the moon's power. There would be obviously different times where people that are trying to connect through the elements, connect to God and Goddess, whatever you want to say, magic essentially. During the full moon, during the new moon, there are different times that you can, during the new moon, like plant seeds, work on healing yourself and setting new intentions. Think of like at the darkness, it's like you're planting seeds, and then during the full moon, so those things are like the things that you want to grow and expand, and then the full moon, it would be sometimes things that you want to contract, but those are not the only things. The full moon can obviously be used to charge and to integrate and to manifest as well. So having different intent doing these practices is a really awesome way to manifest things in your life. I really love how the Megillah goes into more detail about Christ and Miriam being wizards. I have, even before I came to Mount Shasta, which is a decade ago, the Gospel of the Holy 12 is why I went vegan, but it talks about how Christ went and learned the healing powers of herbs and rocks, and how to talk to birds and how to read the signs in the skies, the heavens, right? And I'm like, oh, well, that's witchcraft, right? That's magic. And yeah, it's really great that the Megillah goes into further detail about how they were magicians, and even talking about conjuring and how white magic, is very beneficial and can help change the world and in our personal lives as well. So I definitely encourage you to jump into the Megillah if you have not. I don't promote any text just blindly as surrender your discernment and follow this blindly. I would encourage you, obviously, always to keep your discernment and pray before you read it. Say, God and Goddess, show me in this what is good, and ultimately use the practical tips that you learn from it. I got a message from Darren this morning about how many different versions of Adam and Eve there are, how many different stories, and obviously being multiple different cycles and the earth starting over again and going through these different things. There should be multiple different Adam and Eve stories, right? The first humans, and different ones that go back for every time that the earth has been restarted, essentially, right? And ultimately, I think that what matters is taking these stories and finding how they can help us and improve our lives. And yeah, I also think that it matters kind of at a fundamental level what you believe. If you believe the mainstream of biblical narrative versus, say, the Megillah, you're going to have a different view on life in general, because those books that call God, this jealous, angry tyrant, that's going to have you viewing life and acting in a certain way, as opposed to you knowing that God is all loving, cares about you, has arms wide open for you to come home and, embrace the light again. It's just a whole big difference. So I do think that it's important what we believe, but also not holding on to like ultimately we don't know what the history is. We don't know if the Megillah story is this earth story or whatever. I tend to believe that these stories resonate as truth, and that's one of the reasons that I want to share them with you. But history, it's kind of irrelevant if you want to look at it that way. What's the most relevant part is saying, okay, the world started out as this, it's fallen, and how can we get back? And that's what's really important. So hopefully that resonates with you as well. But yeah, so tonight is the new moon ceremony that I said that I was going to go to. It'll be interesting to see what they do in their spiritual practices. It is very Hindu type based, but these spiritual practices are not limited to any one religion. Connecting with the 5 elements is in all of the, well, I shouldn't say all of the different religions, because the mainstream religions kind of don't have the spiritual sciences so prevalent as the hidden occult teachings do. But there's science or sciences, there's different forms, different groups of people that have studied and made their own way of praise and worship and communing with the angels and the elements and all that. Some are more like the Megillah, for instance, has the morning and evening communions, and you're still communing or trying to connect with the earth, the air, the sun, all these different elements. And then another group would be doing it differently, right? So realistically, take what works for you. You are an old soul. You've been through this before. You don't need anybody to tell you how to exist or how to have your own spiritual practice with God and Goddess. If you don't necessarily feel confident, you should maybe reach out to different teachers and see what they're doing, or watch different videos and take what resonates with you and leave the rest. But definitely, I would not, I don't promote any blind following of any religion or teacher or anything. Ultimately, be your own light. The answers are within you already. You have a connection to God and Goddess that can lead you. So look within, and you'll be all right. Hey, Mark Sargent, thanks to Inanna for continuing her messages of hope and strength. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I will be emailing you in a little while after we get off here. Bruno says bye. Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Sweet. 7 p.m. tonight, exactly. Oh, wait, 7 p.m. is your show too tonight, Mark. Okay, well, I won't be on there, unfortunately, because I'm going to attend this fire gathering. But I will be on there next week, and yeah, long live the truth seekers. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you will take into consideration some of those practices that we discussed. Just doing some random acts of kindness and smiling at strangers. You don't even have to make a big effort. Just something very simple as a smile can really change someone's day and help spread love and kindness. So, with that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful day. May God and the Goddess bless you.